Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. This is a live Zoom class today. So welcome everybody who's here live and anybody who's clicking on the recording after. Today we're going to do a fully standing practice, which I think is really, really useful for days when you're in a long car ride and you maybe get out at a rest stop and you need to get a little bit of movement and work out some of the kinks. Or say you're traveling and you're in a hotel room and the floor is just icky and you don't want to get down there, then you could do something along these lines. So we're going to start in mountain pose today at the top of our mats. I'm going to go ahead and face you for now so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to come into mountain pose, which looks suspiciously like just standing there. There's a lot more to it than that. We're going to start at the feet. Rocking back and forth just a little bit, maybe bending and straightening the knees. And we're going to find a place where we're neither too far forward or too far back, where we're really balanced and solid with the connection of our feet to the ground underneath us. Think about these little hip bones right here in the front. And when you hear tuck the tailbone, think about kind of shining those hip bones up towards the sky, so that the tailbone is nice and long. And we can kind of rotate those thighs inward, which creates space in the low back, still pressing evenly through the soles of the feet. Let's draw the shoulders up towards the ears and send them back and down. Let's do that a couple of times. Just getting a little mobility here in the shoulders. And then let's draw the crown of the head, the points of the ears up towards the sky. Open up the arms, shining them forward alongside your hip bones there, the as-is bones. This is mountain pose. This is your stability. This is your full stature. This is you here taking up space, being present and solid. Breathing here, maybe closing the eyes to challenge your balance a little bit. Really notice the earth underneath your feet. Notice the lift of the heart and the length of the neck. And let's do a little stretch here for people who have had tennis elbow. So just let the left arm be soft for now. We're going to take that right hand and we're going to rotate it inward so that the palm is facing behind us, and then kind of draw the fingertips upward as if you were throwing a baton in the air and you're one of those fancy baton people and you're just reaching back there to grab that baton. Still keeping your mountain pose here, not twisting at all. The only thing that's moving is the arm. So we're twisting the arm back and reaching back for that baton. And then you can take the arm out towards the side, or maybe move it back behind you a little bit, maybe draw it forward. And you might notice that you feel a little bit of a stretch here in the top of the forearm. It's awesome for people who do lots of keyboarding, or like I said, if you've had an elbow injury here. Then you can maybe draw that left ear towards the left shoulder and maybe play with your gaze a little bit here along with the arm. Very gently inviting a little curiosity here to what feels good to you. Maybe taking the gaze down to the earth and really sending that arm back behind you feels good. Maybe keeping the arm and the head in line with the body feels best. Just move around a little bit and allow it to feel really good and, relieving. Breathing here. One more full breath wherever you are. And then we'll inhale the head back up to the top of the spine and release that arm and kind of shake it out just a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing on the left, catching the baton in that left hand, reaching back with those fingertips, and then moving the arm out away from the body, towards the front, maybe behind you. Just noticing what you feel here. Maybe really lifting it up high feels good, or maybe keeping it parallel to the body feels better. If you want to add the neck on, you can go ahead and tilt the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then play a little bit with that. See how the neck feels here, the shoulder, the bicep, the tricep, the top of the forearm. You notice any background noises here in the video today? It's just normal neighborhood stuff that's going on out there. We'll take one more full breath here, bringing the arm and the head back in line with the body. And then we'll inhale the head to the top of the spine, release that left arm and just shake it out. And then I'm just turning so you can see from the side, but we're going to inhale coming into extended mountain pose, Utthita. We're going to bring those palms together and slice the arms down into forward fold, bending the knees generously, coming all the way down. If this does not feel good to you, you can come into kind of this umpire's pose, bringing the elbows to the tops of the knees. Maybe bringing the palms together here. You can keep the feet as wide as the hips, or maybe take them out wider if that feels good. Or you can come all the way forward. And maybe even clasp those elbows, framing the face, bending the knees as generously as feels good here. Or maybe straightening the legs to get more of a hamstring stretch. Maybe stretching into the backs of the calves. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, notice if you come any closer to the earth, finding more length in the spine, in the neck, letting the weight of the head create space in between all the vertebrae. And then we'll switch the clasp of the elbows, cradling the elbows in the palms. Breathing into the back body, noticing the breath expanding the belly here from the back. And then expanding into the shoulders as you expand in the chest. One more full breath here. And then as we inhale, let's go ahead and rise one vertebrae at a time, keeping the upper body kind of limp and maybe bouncing in the knees a little bit, sort of shaking your way up to the top of the spine, just getting all nice and loose here. And then we'll come back into our mountain pose at the top, actually face the long edge of the mat. We're going to bring the hands to the hips here. And let's step the feet out a little bit wider than shoulder distance. Maybe, depending how tall you are, maybe a couple, 3 feet. Or you can keep the feet in line with the edges of the mat, nice and parallel to the short edge. Try not to hyperextend through those knees, but keep a soft bend there, especially if you are prone to hyperextending the knees. We're going to come into our superhero pose here. Roll those shoulders up and back and down. Keep the hands here at the hips. Tuck the chin, lift the crown of the head. Finding your strength here in your flexibility rather than rigidity, in softness rather than brittleness. Finding strength here. And then we're going to do a little warrior flow. So let's turn those right toes out to the right and bend that right knee, keeping it right above the ankle. And if you have any knee issues, especially, you don't need to bend that knee an awful lot. It could just be here. It doesn't have to be super deep, but if you want to go super deep, you can be here. Just make sure that knee is right over the ankle. And make sure the knee isn't collapsing inward, but is in line with those toes. You can keep the hands at the hips here. This is a warrior 2 version, Virabhadrasana 2, or you can extend those arms out at shoulder height, gazing out over the right fingertips, palms facing the earth. Maybe drawing those pinkies downward so that the shoulders can come down the back. Warrior 2 here. Let's inhale here. Stay for the exhale. And then we'll come to reverse warrior. Flip that right palm up towards the sky, and then bring the right fingertips upward as you bring the left hand to the back of the left thigh, looking upward towards your fingers. Reverse warrior here. You can maybe even draw those fingers back a little bit, drawing the fingers back, pressing into that left foot, drawing the right hip forward. So you got kind of this push and pull sensation. Inhale here, stay for the exhale, and then inhale back to warrior 2. Stay for the exhale, and then we'll inhale down to side angle, bringing the forearm, the right forearm to the top of the right thigh, and extending the left fingertips over the left ear. You can kind of visualize that heart shining up towards the sky. And again, this doesn't have to be a deep bend in the knee. If you have a chair handy nearby, you could rest the hand on the chair, or you could even take this knee right here and press it into the wall or a couch to give yourself a little bit more support. But we're here in side angle for one more breath. And then we'll inhale back to warrior 2. Let's bring the hands back down towards the hips and go ahead and shake out the legs a little bit. And then we'll find our nice wide stance again. And we'll do the whole thing on the other side. Turn those left toes out to the short edge of the mat. Find a gentle bend or a nice deep bend, kind of heel toeing that back foot towards the back edge. Really think about that back foot pressing fully into the sole of the foot, all the way into the outside edge, the inside edge, the ball of the foot, the heel. Same thing with this front foot. Keep that knee either above the ankle or behind it a little bit. Keep the knee in line with the toes so we're not collapsing to either side. And really press evenly into both feet, finding your stability here. Bring those hands to the hips, or maybe inhale those arms out to the sides, gazing out over the front fingertips into warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2 here. Tapping into your inner warrior, drawing those pinkies down and tucking the chin. Inhale here. Stay for that exhale, and then we'll flip the left palm up towards the sky and draw those left fingertips upward as we bring the right hand to the back of the right thigh. Reverse warrior. Really still pressing into those feet nice and evenly and feeling this flow of this upward lifting through that left hand and the pressing of the feet. Stay for that exhale, and then we'll inhale back to warrior 2. Stay for the exhale, and then we'll inhale into side angle on the left side. And if that's not good for the knee, again, you can be here, maybe with the hand at the top of the thigh and just reaching overhead this way. So lots of options here. If this isn't good on the shoulder, you can bring the hand down to the hip. If you really want to go deeper, you can bring that bottom hand down to the earth, wherever it feels good for you. Stay for one more breath. And the next time you inhale, we'll come back to warrior 2. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale to straighten the legs and just kind of shake it out. We're going to do the whole series again, but we're going to really flow with it. So our bodies are made up of more than 70% water. So think of yourself as moving through water here. We're going to start in that superhero pose. We're going to take a full breath here. Inhale, exhale. Then we'll inhale, warrior two, stay for the exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, exhale. Inhale, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, side angle, exhale. Inhale, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, back to center, exhale. Inhale, warrior two on the left, stay for the exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, exhale. Warrior two, full breath. Inhale, side angle, stay for the exhale. Inhale, warrior two, stay for the exhale. Inhale, back to center. One more time, each side. Inhale, warrior two, moving like water. Reverse warrior, moving with the breath. Warrior two, stay for the exhale. Side angle and exhale. Warrior two, exhale, moving like water, back to the center. Inhale, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior, exhale. Inhale, warrior two, stay for the exhale. Your version, whatever version of each of these speaks to you. And we're coming back to center. And let's go ahead and shake the legs out, shake the arms out. Coming back to our mountain pose, reestablishing that connection with the breath, maybe closing the eyes to challenge the balance. Really coming into what it means to be a warrior. When we think about warriors, we often think about fighters, war, kind of in the name, but also warriors embody courage, loyalty, kindness, compassion, sincerity, adaptability, relentlessness. They don't give up. So maybe find your inner warrior, tapping into your full strength here. And let's just stay for 3 full breaths in your mountain pose. Pressing down into the feet as you lift the crown up towards the sky. Just like you're at the doctor's office and you're getting measured for your height. Drawing every last bit of height that you have at your disposal. Coming into your warrior, your full, courageous self. The one who doesn't give up. The one who leads with compassion and kindness. The one whose strength is in their flexibility rather than their rigidity. 2 more full cycles of breath here, noticing the rise of the belly and of the heart. And the gentle softening of the chest and the belly. 1 more breath here. And we'll inhale those arms up alongside the ears, bringing the palms together and exhaling, hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining us today. All the best that is in me sees and honors the best that is in you. Namaste.